Hello book friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Nana and today I'm going to be talking about books that I have DNF'd. DNF'd. DNF. Did not finish. The last couple of years, I think ever since I started doing BookTube. So I have 7 books. I don't know if that's a lot or if that's pretty standard. I think it's pretty standard, right? And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I have some weird reasons for DNFing some of these books. And the first one is called A Little Life by no, that was wrong. Yanagihara. Hara. This is a literary fiction. I didn't DNF it because it was bad. This was actually a really beautiful book. The writing was really special. I have heard a lot of people mention the writing and I definitely did enjoy that. But you do follow Jude, Willem, Malcolm and JB. So these are college friends and you follow them throughout decades. How far did I get? Like a third through the book maybe? And then you really go into Jude's, I think it's Jude's traumatic childhood. And I just had to stop when it got to be too much because that was a really hard read. And ever since I became a mother myself, I really do have a hard time reading about kids going through such traumatic things. It should not be happening, but that's the reality for so many kids and young adults. So I had to stop. I would definitely say check out the trigger warnings because there are some, and that's why I had to stop. I do think that this book definitely had an important message to tell. Again, the writing was really beautiful. So yeah, it's a shame that I couldn't finish, but also I need to watch out for myself. My daughter does have cerebral palsy. My, bar for what I can tolerate is just so low today. I did not see myself be in this position where I have to be a person that will check the trigger warnings or will be like, can I read this book? Can I watch this movie? I get it now why there's trigger warnings. The next one is a classic by F. Scott Fitzgerald, right? And it's called The Great Gatsby. I am not a big classic reader, and I wanted to try to read some, and I have heard great things about The Great Gatsby. And the reason why I had to stop this, I listened to it as an audiobook, was that it was honestly too difficult for me to understand, and I only had access to it with an English-speaking narrator, and it wasn't available in Danish. Usually I do listen to audiobooks in English, but if it's getting too difficult, then I can just switch to the Danish audiobook if that's available on my app, but it wasn't. And I just think with like older books, it can be a little bit difficult for me. And I just hate when I don't get everything because I do like to analyze on the things that you have to analyze on. Yeah, but that was difficult. And there was something about an egg and I was like, is he describing a big egg? And then I gave up. No, this doesn't make any sense. But anyways, this story is about Nick Carraway and Jay Gatsby. And they are neighbors. Nick is getting really intrigued by this Gatsby guy. He is a very intriguing guy. And he has this relationship going on with Daisy. And I cannot remember if she's actually married to somebody else or... There's some drama there. That's what I remember. I just remembered that I also saw like half of the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and also DNF that one. I don't remember why. There's just some drama there going on. And Nick is like observing this Gatsby person. I think Nick is like, he is such a cool guy. And Gatsby is definitely very wealthy. I can't remember if Nick, he must be somewhat wealthy, but since he can be his neighbor, but not on the same level. And I just think that Nick really wants to belong. So he observes Gatsby and Daisy's romance. I DNF'd it because there were some parts that I didn't understand enough. The next one is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And I think this is such a good book, actually. I only got through the first chapter, but that was so good. This is with a dual point of view, and I listened to it as an audiobook. The first chapter was with the female narrator, and that was fine. It was Irish, I think. I think it was Irish. And then it switched to the male narrator, and that's when it became really this pronunciation. I had to listen so intensely to understand what he was saying. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to read this and not listen to it as an audiobook. It's on my Christmas wish list. So hopefully I can get to them at some point, because I really did like that first chapter. I think this could be a great love story. Is there 4 books in this series? Yeah, I think it's 4. But you do follow Johnny and Shannon. And Johnny is this very good rugby player at this high school. And Shannon is this new shy girl. I have read that it is a slow burn. I really like that. So hopefully that will be great. And that there's also a lot of drama there. So yeah, I think this series could be great. I just did not understand this pronunciation from the male narrator. That was such a shame. But yeah, maybe I should listen to more Irish, Scottish accents to get a little bit more comfortable with them, because honestly, I think they sound great, right? Really great, really beautiful. Oh yeah, and the genre of this is called New Adult. I thought maybe it was YA, but it said New Adult. So, I mean, that's fine with me. And the next book is called Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And let me just check that name. It is by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I am hoping that I'm saying it somewhat right. Anyways, this is a Japanese book. I have heard many people really liking this. But very early on, I just found it to be sexist, because the author described this woman that this woman was actually smart and also beautiful. Like, that is just such a weird combo. Women being smart. And then I DNF'd it. No, 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 no. I get annoyed with those maybe somewhat little things, but if there's these little annoying descriptions of women or any other minorities, nope. I just get so annoyed. So yeah, I stopped. And it's really sad though, because I really think that the story in itself is something that I would love, because there's time traveling to it, and I really do like that. So it's set in this Japanese cafe, and you get the choice to time travel, and you just have to be back before your coffee gets cold. So I think you follow a bunch of different characters, and they go visit people that they have lost. I think that is mostly what people do. And that really sounds so interesting. And I know there's multiple books in this series. I have also heard people say that the story got to be a little bit too repetitive. And I think that comes to play when you follow a new character, and then a new character, and then a new character, and they're all doing the same thing. I can see that could be a little bit annoying, I guess. The next book is called This Is How You Lose the Time War, by there's 2 authors, Amal El-Mohtar and Max Gladstone. That's right. I tried to read this as a physical copy instead of listening to it as an audiobook, and still I had such a hard time knowing what was going on. That was so weird. I have been told that this book was also about time traveling, and that's why I tried to read it. So it is a sci-fi novella, and you follow these 2 teams, the blue and the red team. So red and blue are like rival time-traveling agents. So it is a romance story told through letters, and I think maybe you follow like different timelines, and then there's this war going on. But I was so confused, and I DNF'd it rather quickly. And I have heard other people doing the same. They were like, I understand absolutely nothing. And other people are just like, this is the best book that I have ever read. And I think it's the concept that could be really, really great if you get it. So maybe I should try it in Danish, but I don't know if it was the words. I think it was more the story, if you know what I mean, the like what's going on. So yeah, no, I was too dumb. You know me. And the next one is called Interview with the Vampire, with a Vampire, right? By Anne Rice. And I read this because I saw a bunch of videos where, is it called Emily? She had talked about this book so much, and I was like, okay, I have to read it too. This was so disgusting. It starts with this journalist who is interviewing this vampire, and then you gets his life story. And he owned this plantation. Louis is the vampire called. Anyways, one day Lestat is coming, and he turns Louis into a vampire. Lestat is so bad. He is disgusting. And Louis is really exploring what is right, what is wrong in life. And then Claudia is also coming into a picture. They turn this child into a vampire. And the way that there is described, and, you know, they a lot of people, you know, like, oh, it was just such a disgusting read. Like my shoulders were up to here sometimes. I was also listening to this as an audiobook. So yeah, I had to give up. I was like, this is making me so uncomfortable. Not in like the way that A Little Life made me uncomfortable. This was very different. This was just disgusting. Definitely the part with Claudia. Like if you have read it, I guess you know. So yeah, this was just a very, very disgusting book. And I am never going back. The next one is the second book in the Greystone series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This is a middle grade, by the way. The reason why I DNF'd it was that maybe it was just too middle grade-ish. I do like a good middle grade, so nothing wrong with that. But this felt more like a book that I would have loved if I was 10 years old, but not a woman in my 30s. So yeah, if you are looking for a middle grade for someone who is 10 years old, this series could definitely be it. You do follow these siblings. There are 3 siblings, and one day their mother is just gone. And they discover that she has gone to this alternative universe where she's getting accused of something, and she is in this trial or whatever. And they're trying to save her. And overall, the concept I really did like. Like, there's nothing wrong with this. Just that I think it's more meant for kids than adults with the writing style and everything. So yeah, I don't really have that much bad to say about it. I was like, this is book 2 and there's also going to be a book 3. I rather want to read something else. So yeah, that's what I did. And that was all of the books that I DNF'd the last couple of years. What did you DNF? Did you DNF any of these? Let me know. Or do you like totally disagree with me? I would love to know that. Sometimes I feel like, is my taste in books really, really weird? I hope that you enjoyed this video and that I will see you in another video. I think I'm gonna do a November-December reading wrap up, and then all of the books that I read in 2025, and then maybe a video with the worst and the best. And I mean, there's so many videos that you can make in December, right? Like a 2025 wrap up. You can do it in so many ways. So I really have to think what I want to do, because I don't have that much time either. We'll see what's going to happen. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you. Bye.